How King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia have kept the Spanish royal monarchy in good faith till today. A crown tested by fire, strengthened by integrity. When King Felipe VI stood before the Spanish people in June 2014 and declared, "I want a monarchy that is renewed for a new time," the words carried more weight than ceremony. Spain was watching. Europe was watching. And history was holding its breath. The Spanish monarchy was not merely at a crossroads, it was standing at the edge of public trust, shaken by scandals, economic turmoil, and a growing wave of skepticism toward royal institutions. For many, the question was not whether the monarchy could survive, but whether it deserved to. Yet, more than a decade later, the Spanish crown remains standing, steadier, more transparent, and more connected to its people than at any time in recent memory. At the heart of this transformation are King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, a royal couple who have quietly but decisively reshaped what monarchy means in the 21st century. This is the story of how leadership, integrity, and modern values restored faith in one of Europe's oldest crowns. The fragile state of the Spanish monarchy before 2014. To understand the significance of Felipe VI and Queen Letizia's impact, one must first understand the climate they inherited. The abdication of King Juan Carlos I marked the end of an era. While widely credited for guiding Spain through its transition to democracy, his later years were overshadowed by controversy, financial scandals, questions of transparency, and personal missteps that deeply eroded public trust. At the same time, Spain was grappling with a severe economic crisis, rising unemployment, especially among the youth, growing regional tensions, particularly in Catalonia, a generation increasingly disillusioned with traditional institutions. The monarchy, once a unifying symbol, risked becoming a relic of the past. Felipe VI did not ascend the throne in celebration, he ascended in responsibility. A king determined to redefine the crown. From his very first day as king, Felipe VI made it clear that his reign would be different. A new code of ethics. One of his earliest actions was implementing strict ethical guidelines for the royal household. Financial transparency, clear separation between public duties and private interests, zero tolerance for corruption. He reduced the royal budget, publicly disclosed royal finances, and removed titles and privileges from family members who violated ethical standards, moves that were unprecedented in Spanish royal history. These were not symbolic gestures, they were structural reforms. Felipe VI understood a simple truth: trust is not inherited, it is earned. The power of personal integrity. Unlike many monarchs shaped by excess or detachment, Felipe VI cultivated an image of quiet discipline and moral clarity. Educated at Georgetown University and trained in all three branches of Spain's armed forces, he embodied preparation over privilege. His public demeanor, calm, measured, and thoughtful, stood in stark contrast to the drama that once surrounded the monarchy. When faced with moments of national crisis, Felipe VI did not hide behind tradition. He spoke directly to the nation, reinforcing constitutional values, unity, and democratic principles. In doing so, he repositioned the monarchy not as a ruler above the people, but as a guardian of stability. Queen Letizia, the modern face of royal credibility. If King Felipe VI represents institutional reform, Queen Letizia represents cultural transformation. A former journalist and news anchor, Letizia Ortiz Roque Solano entered the royal family not by birth, but by merit, a detail that deeply resonated with modern Spain. Breaking royal barriers. Queen Letizia challenged centuries-old royal conventions. She openly embraced her professional background. She prioritized substance over spectacle. She championed social causes with hands-on involvement. Her presence alone symbolized a monarchy no longer confined to aristocratic distance. Advocacy rooted in action, not applause. Queen Letizia's credibility lies in her consistency. She has become a powerful advocate for public health and mental well-being, education and literacy, women's rights and gender equality, rare diseases and humanitarian causes. Rather than offering ceremonial sympathy, she engages deeply, asking questions, listening, and following up. Her background as a journalist sharpened her ability to communicate empathy without performative excess. In an age of social media scrutiny, Queen Letizia's authenticity became one of the monarchy's greatest assets. A royal partnership that works. Together, Felipe VI and Queen Letizia present something rare in royal history, a functional partnership based on mutual respect. Their public appearances are marked not by grandeur, but by purpose. They listen more than they speak. They engage rather than dictate. And they project unity not as spectacle, but as principle. This partnership extends to how they are raising Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia, with an emphasis on education, responsibility, and service. By preparing the next generation with transparency and humility, they reinforce the monarchy's long-term relevance. Navigating Spain's most difficult moments. Perhaps the greatest test of their leadership came during moments of national tension. From constitutional challenges to public health crises, the king and queen remained visible, composed, and empathetic. Their addresses to the nation avoided polarization and emphasized shared values. Rather than inflaming divisions, they consistently sought to heal them. This steady leadership reassured citizens that the monarchy was not an obstacle to democracy but a stabilizing force within it. A monarchy that listens. One of the most transformative aspects of Felipe VI's reign has been the monarchy's willingness to listen. Royal engagements are no longer distant formalities. They include conversations with young people, engagements with workers, educators, and healthcare professionals, visits to marginalized communities. This shift reflects a monarchy that understands relevance is built through connection, not command. Global respect through quiet diplomacy. Internationally, Felipe VI and Queen Letizia have elevated Spain's global image through diplomacy grounded in dignity. Their state visits emphasize cultural exchange, economic cooperation, humanitarian values. Rather than projecting power, they project credibility, a quality increasingly rare in modern geopolitics. Why the Spanish monarchy still matters today. In an era where monarchies across Europe face increasing scrutiny, Spain's crown has endured not because it resisted change but because it embraced it. Felipe VI and Queen Letizia have proven that monarchy can coexist with democracy, transparency, accountability, modern social values. They have shown that tradition need not be abandoned, only refined. Conclusion. A crown rebuilt on trust. The Spanish monarchy today is not sustained by jewels, palaces, or pageantry. It is sustained by credibility. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia did not inherit blind loyalty. They rebuilt trust piece by piece, decision by decision, action by action. In doing so, they transformed a vulnerable institution into a respected symbol of unity and integrity. And perhaps that is their greatest legacy, proving that even the oldest crowns can be renewed, when worn with humility, honesty, and purpose. The monarchy endures not because it demands faith, but because it has earned it.